Whether it's Netflix, Prime, HBO Max, Hulu, possibly, probably at some point DraftKings, there's never been more stand-up specials than there are right now. A saturated market might be tough for comedians, but for directors, this is a chance to get some work in. Here's what you need to know to direct a stand-up special. Please don't just shoot one performance. Things go wrong at comedy shows. There are hecklers, there are nerves, random people throw up because they're drunk. There are occasional medical emergencies. Please shoot more than one show. The opening bit. A lot of specials start with an opening bit before the stand-up. Some are clever, some are fun, most are not. There have been breakthroughs, but remember, people are showing up to watch stand-up comedy. Try to get to the stand-up comedy as fast as you can, or make something really funny. And even if it is really funny, make it fast. The venue. It's not easy to find the right location for a special. There are a lot of factors. How big of an audience do you want? How big of an audience can the comedian draw? What venues are even available? You want to fill that audience with friendlies, people who already know who your comedian is. If the audience in person isn't loving that special, there's no chance that the audience at home is going to love it. Unless they love watching people bomb on stage, which honestly, a lot of comedians do, so maybe that would be right. I don't know. There is kind of nothing more fun as a comedian than watching a comedian friend of yours bomb. Sometimes you can't get a big fancy venue, and that's okay. Maybe a small club makes more sense. Maybe a theater in the comedian's hometown. Lil Rel shot an entire special in a high school auditorium as the sun was going down, and it's one of the coolest specials visually I think I've ever seen. You can find cool solutions. The set. You're not going to have a lot of money for set design, unless you're directing a really big comic. And if you are directing a big comedian, they don't need much set design because their name and their comedy is going to take care of holding people's attention. The easiest thing is curtains. Just remember that. Comedy has always been about curtains. From Johnny Carson to Carol Burnett, comedy has always been about curtains. If you do have money for set design and you decide to go crazy, just remember that set pieces sort of need to be incorporated into the act. And if you do end up incorporating too many set pieces into the act, now you're actually doing a one-person show instead of a stand-up comedy special, and that's where you really get into the world of being pretentious. Nothing ruins comedy faster than being pretentious. The lighting. I say this lovingly as a sometimes stand-up comic myself. Most stand-ups are not great-looking people. Help them out with some good lighting, please. Make them look good. This is their big moment. A lot of comedians are going to buy an outfit specifically for this stand-up special. Most of us don't know how to do stand-up comedy without wrinkles in our clothes. It's very weird when we do. You, as the director, have a responsibility to make them look good, or at least as good as they can look. The style. You may think that all stand-up specials are straightforward, but there are places to add some style. How many cameras? Do you want a jib, a steady cam? What kind of lenses are you using? Is this tight and intimate, or is this wide in an arena? Exactly how much stool humping are you going to have to cover? The choices you make will affect how the comedy is received at home, so don't screw this up. Crowd work. We got to talk about it because so many comedians are doing it. Is there going to be crowd work? How are you going to film it? It's my belief doesn't matter for much because I'm not much of a stand-up comedian. I believe unless you're a crowd work comedian, comedy specials are not the place for crowd work. Unless your special is crowd work, in which case, fine. That kind of makes sense. Can't really have a crowd work special without crowd work. But you do need to decide how it is that you're going to record that audience. The audience at home needs to be able to hear whatever the back and forth is. That's your responsibility as a director. The microphone. A lot of this will depend on the comedian's comfort, but the microphone you use does matter. Wired or wireless? Is it a special color? Is it one of those weird headset mics that the telemarketers use? Please don't let your comic use that, even if your comic is Ricky Gervais. And get a good mic stand. Doesn't have to be a fancy mic stand, just get a good mic stand. Also, unless you're Prince, you can pretty much use a normal microphone. The evolution of the art form. In a world that's oversaturated with stand-up specials, try to do something that evolves the art form. I'm begging you. Some comedians shoot in the round. Some shoot in multiple venues. Some build themes into their act. Clever. Make sure you're just not dumping more content into the world, and instead you're using this opportunity to push your comic and the stand-up special art form forward. Let funny be funny. If the comedy is good, no matter how crappy the lighting, no matter how lousy you're directing, people will enjoy it, as long as it sounds good. Oh, crap. I forgot to talk about the most important thing, sound. The rules of sound are simple. Basically, it boils down to this. Don't screw it up. Record the mic, record the audience, record a backup. You could literally show a slideshow as the visuals as long as you have sound. The ending. Stand Up is built around the closer. That final joke that hopefully ties together the entire night and gets the biggest laugh. More than anything, you need to get this part right as a director. Moreover, and yes, I'm saying moreover here because this is serious. Moreover, even if the joke is terrible, it's your job to make it seem great. Maybe you go to crowd shots. Maybe you immediately go to credits and a post-show, I don't know, photo montage. Whatever the case may be, you need to focus your skills on making this moment seem great. Hopefully it is great and your skills aren't even needed. But if it's not, your job as a director is to make it seem great. Help the closer close. Okay, that's it. Everything you need to know to direct a stand-up special. Everyone has one these days, so if you're an aspiring director, it's a good place to break into directing. And if you're an aspiring comedian with at least 60 good minutes, and you're looking for somebody to possibly direct your special, hit me up. I'm happy to give you some advice or possibly do it. All right, my friends. Until next time.